everyone, Diane here, welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to paint a kind of floral wreath, which I hope you're going to enjoy. First of all, though, I want to show you two things. One is my crochet, which I had done yesterday. I've run out of yarn or wool. It's not wool, it's synthetic, it's yarn, but in England we tend to say wool when we mean anything that you knit with or crochet with. Even though we know full well it's not actually wool. But I was quite pleased with this, and you know what I'm going to use it for? For my cup, for my coffee in the morning. It's like a kind of nest. So I put it down. It's like a coaster which encloses the cup. And do you know what? It actually keeps it warm longer, which is really good. And I'm currently drinking out of one of these mugs, which is our Christmas mug for 2023. This is a design I did a couple of years ago, this birdie thing, robins on a candy cane. And if you want to order one, the information will be appearing on the screen right now. I don't know whether you'll get it for Christmas. I don't think so now. It's a bit too late, but they are a lovely quality cup. Moving on, I'm going to use my Art Nouveau set here. Plus two more colours, which is from the 48 set, which is violet and magenta. Magenta? Violet and maroon. No. Maroon. Violet, this one, and maroon, which I'm going to use for some of the flowers. And the rest of the colours I'm going to use from the set, which I just mentioned, the Art Nouveau. So I'm just going to move that a bit closer. You'll be able to see most of the colours now. And just make sure I get my cable out of the way because my phone is exhausted and needs recharging. Now sitting down. This floral arrangement is going to be done in a sort of oval. So I'm going to just very lightly draw a sort of egg shape on my paper. I'm using the Canson XL mixed media paper, which I've flicked through this a few times. I don't want to show you all that again. Boring. Yes, Sam, are you okay? You can see one of our other dogs and he's barking. And what am I going to do? I'm going to use a Drawell brush. This is one of my Japanese brushes. This is a Drawell Maestro. I really like these brushes, and I want a smaller one than my own ones, my Craftamo ones, which are released now. You remember them, these ones here. They all have gold ends, but the ones I'm showing you don't have them. Just to mention it yet again, while they're still available, you go to craftamo.com and take a look at these and see whether it's something that you might find useful. But I wanted, for this particular painting, I'm going to be using a Drawell brush. You can also buy those if you want to. We have no affiliate link with the Drawell. They're in Japan. I just happen to have always used these brushes. And courtesy of Hugh Brading in New Zealand, whose granddaughter contacted me via the comments the other day and said how pleased she was that his work was still being remembered around the world, and sending best wishes to Hugh this Christmas time, and remembering him and all the fun we had when he came to England and did the course. He taught us a course when he came to Rough Common in Canterbury, which was lovely. Just a quick slurp there. So I'm going to start now. I'm sorry for being a bit, what's the word? Random. So with something like this, what I'm going to do is I have got an example in front of me of something that I'm basically going to use as my inspiration. And when you look at this particular painting, oh, hello, the hunters are out. It's best to start with the palest, the lightest colour flowers, if you've got some quite sort of big ones going on in your picture. So I'm just putting in these peonies, I think they are. And This gives me a kind of guide to where I'm going. So that's just a starting point. Then let's look for the violet. So I've got my Art Nouveau set +2, and one of those is the violet, and that's a nice strong violet, but I want to break that down a little bit. So I'm going to add, what am I going to add? I might add a bit of white just to soften it a bit. Yeah, that's probably better. And the Art Nouveau set is very weak on blues. So I'm going to just borrow the ultramarine from the other set and just add some of that. So that, along with the white, is going to give me quite a pretty mauve. That's better. And let's just do some I haven't painted any regular flowers for ages, actually, because we've been doing all this Christmas stuff. And I'm going to pick up with a bit more water, a bit more paint, and just pump it into the bottom of these petals and let that spread. Don't want to do too much there. Now I'm going to add a bit of the reddish, that colour, and we'll do another one here. And if you don't feel like making them too accurate, then just don't. Just, you know, let them do their thing. So this red again, a bit more of it, and I'm going to add a bit of black to make it into a really dark purple, like that. And I'm going to put another one here. Could call that half open flower. Maybe another one here. And let's put one of these mauve ones over this side. And a dark one there. And the black is very useful, actually. That's also coming from my 48 set, because you can get some really punchy dark colours using blue and black. That's a wonderful navy blue. That doesn't exist in the set. Okay, and then maybe a bit more pink. Let's go into this one here. And I might put a bit of yellow in there too. Maybe we'll put a bit of yellow in the centre of these peonies. And then the next thing, oops, don't knock it on the floor. Next thing is to have a quick slurp. I'm going to change my brush for one that's got a bit of a better point. And then we're going to do some greens. So I'll start off with this turquoisey colour here, because I think if I mix that with something like this yellowy green and a bit more blue, I could get quite a nice soft green, a bit more blue perhaps. And we'll just start painting leaves. I don't care if they run. I'm happy if they run, actually, where it joins on to the other colours, because I think that gives more shape. And anyone can do this, you know, this is not rocket science, and you'll get your own result. Which will match your personality. And you could plan to, and I'm not sure if I'm going to yet, do line work on top of this. Or you can just leave it the way it is. And yeah, I'm going to take this light green right the way up to the top. I think we obviously need another dark flower here. Let's do dark peony. Might do a few of those. Do another one down here. And we'll do another one here. Good old spiral. Let's do another one here. And we can add more colour to some of the ones we've already done. We can put some tiny ones up here. And okay. Let's have some light violets again, perhaps up here. After we've put the flowers in like that, we can put some stems holding them all together using a pen. It's not a bad idea. Okay. Let's have. So at this point, I'm just looking at the colour. A bit more turquoise, a bit more green, a bit more blue. Give us a darker green. We can put some more pinks, maybe down here. Because the idea of the oval is just to give you something to work around, really. Because as you know, I never have much of a plan. Just go with the flow, so to speak. You would, wouldn't you, really, when you're painting watercolor? Certain amount of flow involved. Okay, Now let me see. What does that look like? I think we need some lines. I'm going to make these ones, the pink ones, a little bit stronger, a bit bigger perhaps, especially this one. And I think I'm going to dry it now and then come back and see what needs to be done. Well, it's dry now, and so let's put some pink rosebuds in. In a few places, perhaps like that. And then I'll just take some green. And then with the green again, I can put my hand here now. I'm just going to attempt to put little stalks in here. Just put some dots and dashes actually on these. And then we can make a darker green and come in with some veins for the leaves. I'm just mixing purple with that light green. It makes a lot of difference. Doesn't want to be in any way finicky, I don't think, to get a good effect. And this is one of those things that you could carry on with forever and ever. That needs a stem, that needs a stem. Perhaps a darker leaf or two here. Sometimes you might want to put leaves behind, so only part of them shows. So let's put some green centers in here, maybe a bit of yellow to make it show up better. Here. And I think I want to put some white in here. I think I might have to take a dab of my PH Martin's white. I could use a pen. But I think I'll use the Doctor for this because it's a bit more loose. And I'll go into these black or dark ones as well a little bit. And this one, we can do some dots. Quite nice to put some dots in here. These are all techniques that you can adapt and use for yourself in whatever way you feel is appropriate. If I'm going to put some yellow there, I'm just going to add some, basically it makes gouache if you add yellow to the PH Martins or any other colour. You're going to get quite an opaque colour which will go over your purple. So we get yellow dots. Put some more yellow ones in here too. And we put a bit of yellow in these. All these little details just give it a little bit more depth. And then we can come in with a bit of this opaque thing. I'm just sort of doing this on the wing, so to speak, on the fly, on the on the fly, sort of off the cuff. That's it, off the cuff. Do you say that in America? And we can put some lighter flowers in. Some very light leaves, perhaps. Pick up the green and make that kind of here we are. These can be joined. And these ones can come into this flower here, be joined a little bit. This one here, you see? What I'm doing, kind of integrating it into itself. And this P.H. Martin's mixed with the Art Nouveau is really very effective. I think it's like, this is, you could call this, I'm working on mixed media papers, you could call this mixed media because I'm sort of using gouache. And you can mix that P.H. Martin's with any colour to give you an opaque version of the watercolour. I'm sorry about the background noises, if you can hear them. The dog, he wants to go out. Okay, so at this point, I probably stop again and look at it and see whether I think it's done. I think maybe we need another one of these up here. I just suddenly spontaneously decided that that needs that, which then needs some leaves. Like that, and maybe we'll make that a bit darker. Blackish purple. And I think we need a bit more mauve here. Perhaps a flower behind these leaves. And maybe one that's really dark. Mix the purple with the black again. Just something small. I think it needs something there, don't you? Maybe this nice mauve colour that I made in the beginning with the green, not green, ultramarine, and a bit of white. So we just put one of those here. Just to fill perhaps a bud there. Just to fill this to make it more even. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. I could go over this with ink and give it lots of lines with one of my fine liners or with a Tombow pen. But I think that when this is dry, it's going to be quite pretty. And hopefully you will give it a try and see what you think. I think it would be nice to use a design like this as a birthday card, and then in the middle you would write your greeting, you know. And so there we are. That's today's effort. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, because we need to keep the channel growing for obvious reasons. And pop on over to Patreon if you want to become a member, or join us here in the membership on YouTube. And don't forget, I have lots of sketches and downloads and all sorts of things on our website, plus our Etsy shop, which is now open and has, every day I'm trying to upload a new painting or set of bookmarks or something of interest over there. So I will pop this into a frame, I think, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. It's always amazing what a difference it makes. And so meanwhile, I'll say bye-bye for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.